Time for Think Fast, the speedrunning game show of fast times and sharp minds. I'm your host, Soos.
And I'm also your host, Sparkle.
Tonight, oh, banana. We're surfing up fruits, veggies, and Donkey Kong trivia with Xenernicus and Random Sauce. I'm sure everyone knows the rules, but just to be safe, this is Think Fast, the speedrunning game show. Our contestants will race for the best time in DK64 no levels early, but with a catch. Sparkle and I can interrupt whenever we feel like to ask a trivia question. And if a runner answers right, we'll take some seconds off their final time. There's no penalty for guessing wrong, but focus too hard on answering the question and your run might suffer. For everybody watching along in chat, feel free to play along as well. How are both of you feeling going into tonight's race?
Feeling pretty good.
Feeling good. Excited to be here.
Well, in that case, are y'all ready to go?
We, I think, got confused by the countdown of going live and decided to start our run.
Well,
at that moment,
think we need to start.
But we could go back and start.
Yeah,
again.
we should. I just took the intro story right now, so
That is fun.
In the spirit of Think Fast, dead serious. I like it.
Too fast.
Yeah. Yes.
All right, let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, it'll be like maybe 15,
That was
20
funny, 'cause,
seconds to
like,
get back over around the main menu.
I haven't played this game, so I was like, oh, is that like an intro, like cutscene that plays when like you hang on the title screen for too long?
Right,
Is the
yeah.
actual intro of the game?
that is where
know.
our run starts.
Yeah. We also should probably explain like what the glitches at the beginning of the category are.
Well, let's get started first then. All right, are you ready for real this time?
Ready for real?
Yes.
All right, in that case, it's time to think fast in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, so tell us about this magnificent glitch.
All right, so, well, I failed it a few times, but it's called intro story glitch. And if you watch the first 2 seconds of the intro story and cancel it just as it's beginning in the main menu, the game is in a weird state where it's kind of keeping track of the intro story cutscene transition points in the background, and also like kind of, you know, the music is messed up. Like we're not hearing any music in the training grounds like we should when we start our
Also,
game.
DK just did that, so that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. That's just for fun, but we'll do some useful moon kicks later. That's a moon kick. But yeah, as we're going through the intro here, the intro story cutscene transitions are on a timer, and we have to cancel cutscene transitions at specific points. We just did that coming out of Cranky's. We're going to do another one going into a training barrel. And why are we even doing this, right? Like, why can't we just start the game normally? Well, this is all setting up for a glitch called main menu mode, or main menu moves, depending what you want to call it, which transfers unlocks from the main menu, like boss replay system, into your new game file. So it's, I don't know, like in some games you would think of this as like a New Game Plus glitch, but it's not really New Game Plus because on these N64 games, everything is a cart permanent unlock. So you don't actually need like any game files beforehand to set this up.
Yeah, so
And,
very
what else
powerful
do I gotta say
glitch. Just lets us get all the moves without buying anything, without getting all the coins. It saves a lot of time throughout the run, but this is how our run starts.
Yeah, and we also use some of the time that the cutscene would take, which is about 5 minutes, to get a few of these training barrels done. This is just like the intro of the game. But rather than stay here and complete all of them, we're going to come back to the main menu and clear away a bunch of boss cutscenes. Because another side effect of this main menu mode is that it dumps you from the main menu right back into your file, and other flags, like whether you've watched the intro cutscene of each boss, is also preserved. So we're taking advantage of that to not have to watch those boss cutscenes later. And you'll see that the main menu acts in kind of weird ways here. As we go in the boss, we'll get like kicked out automatically, and we try to go into the like multiplayer, we get kicked out automatically. That's all just side effects of this glitch. You see the Kremlin like flying in the air in the background, weird like glitched cutscenes and stuff.
We get the DK
Also, we
rap.
have the DK rap through all this. Yeah.
Yes.
Excellent.
Very powerful.
So it's weird that that's another rare 64 game where you can just get all the moves from doing stuff within the title, because you can do that in Banjo-Kazooie, at least on Xbox.
Yeah, I've heard it's like you can wrong warp into Rusty Bucket from a demo.
You die in the demo and the game is just like, all right, I guess you're in the level now, and it kicks you out into Rusty Bucket Bay, and then you kind of just go backwards through there. It's wild.
Yeah, pretty interesting. For this one, we're still starting at the beginning. Oh, and we should probably talk a little bit about what this category is, because this is not any percent, and it's also not 101%. This is no levels early. It's like our middle category. It's sort of our 70 star of DK64, where you must collect the necessary 100 golden bananas to enter Hideout Helm, as well as the golden banana counts for every B-locker of every level entry. And you also must beat the boss of each level to like properly unlock the next level.
I got a nighttime.
I also got a night cycle. Wow. Same RNG. So we're kind of at the end of this intro story
Leg shake.
glitch, or main menu glitch. And we're just waiting for a cutscene in the main menu now to pull us into the file. Okay, like that. Hopefully Random Sauce is about to get one as well.
Yeah, I got a leg shake after that one. Okay, I'm in.
All right, let me know when you're in. Okay, you're in.
Nice.
Great. Yeah, so we kind of just like transitioned right into our treehouse, but now we have all those main menu unlocked. There's some side effects of this that we aren't necessarily helpful, but like the game doesn't autosave, and also we cannot pause the game. These are both side effects of the game still thinking we're kind of in the main menu.
Also can't take damage.
But yeah. Oh, good. Yeah, that's another good point. You cannot take damage in this mode, but we can work around all of those side effects.
Yeah, not being able to pause affects the route kind of a lot. It's a lot of places where you would normally just like pause, exit out of the level, but instead we can't do that. You have to just like either void out or just find the exit normally.
Yeah, voiding out is like something you probably wouldn't think, like what even is that if you're not used to playing this game with glitches, but this game has a lot of out of bounds glitches. So voiding out basically means going too far out of bounds beyond the level borders, and it warps you away back to the level start. That's sort of its fail safe if you go too far away from the main area of any level. So we're pretty much, getting out the training grounds now. So we're pretty much like into the main stretch of the game here. Kind of got past all the tricky stuff.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, because are you ready to think fast?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, question 1. Prepare yourself. Besides Donkey Kong 64, what other games had a bundle with the expansion pack released?
Majora's Mask, I thought.
Majora's Mask is one.
There were others?
Yes, there's one other game.
I don't suppose it's 2E, because I don't think you needed it for that.
Man, this is like, it's on the tip of my tongue because I feel like I just heard about this in a video I was watching, but I forget. I'm only familiar with Majora's Mask also.
It is a rare game.
Yes, I was going to say.
Is it like Perfect Dark or something?
Yes,
It is
Perfect
Perfect Dark,
Dark.
yeah.
Congratulations.
Okay.
There you go. Well done.
That makes sense. Because I was thinking it's their sequel to GoldenEye, so
Right.
if it was going to be on any one of them, it would be that one.
Yeah, it was specifically needed for the single-player mode in Perfect Dark. And then it was also used in a bunch of other 64 games just to like add tracks and racing games and other missions and things, but it was only ever bundled with those two. So there you go. That's free 20 seconds for you.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So
I wasn't actually sure like what the difference is. That's good, because Random Sauce is a beast at this game, so I'm gonna need all the free time save I can get.
feel like 20 seconds is a lot in a game like this.
But it's over 2 hours. Like,
That is true. I mean, like, there is some RNG, I guess, from what we've seen so far already.
Yeah, there's thankfully not a ton of like really impactful RNG. A lot of it comes down to the actual mistakes you make as a runner. Although I would say like the Kasplat enemies that hold the blueprints can be pretty annoying in terms of their random behavior. But it's a lot more like what you do to react to their behavior than just like roll of the dice situation.
So here you'll see Znern does a moon kick. I go for the lag kick. So there's like alternate strategies for some things. Which
That's
is
true.
another cool thing about this game is there's like multiple ways to get things done for certain tricks and glitches.
Is it
Yeah, you
also
have
a
like so
preference
many
thing, or-
options. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you could look at it from a preference angle. You could look at it from a purely what's the fastest, but also like what is the most consistent while still being fast. Because a lot of the tricks in this game are either like difficult to pull off or like have some element of pseudo luck.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, you really gotta like pick your battles when it comes to what tricks you're willing to go for, depending on how much or little time they save.
So here we're like,
And sometimes I'll flip-flop between doing a trick and not doing a trick, depending on how I'm feeling.
I noticed you do that, yeah.
that's always fun to have options that like just whatever you're feeling that day.
Yeah.
I
So you may
noticed you
have
mentioned lag.
noticed Oh, yeah.
Definitely worth noting that you're on the 64 and not on Wii U VC, so lag is more than prevalent.
But you
in
have
this
the
game.
Rumble Pack, the most powerful device of all time, so I don't understand.
Yeah, we do have lag, and we can use it to our advantage, actually. Like Random Sauce mentioned doing a lag kick. What that really means is by kicking with a heavier lag, you actually go farther. So you like clear the distance to get onto that platform, which you wouldn't otherwise if the game wasn't lagging as much. And you can manipulate the lag, at least in these areas, by just like having the camera face a certain part of the level to have more stuff loaded.
Gotta love lag strats in games.
Yeah. We've done a few out of bounds already that we kind of just like ignored. So I should probably mention a little bit about how out of bounds works in this game. Aside from like how do you get out of bounds, because there's a lot of different ways. Once you do, it's really useful that the game maintains the last floor height from wherever you went out of bounds from. Whereas like a lot of other games, you go out of bounds, you just kind of like fall into an infinite abyss. Not the case here. If you go out of bounds from a ledge, you stay at the height of that ledge. So it's really useful for getting from one part of the level to another. Yeah, that's pretty much the most thing I could say about that. In terms of ways we get out of bounds, I'm about to do the first phase walk of the run, which is like the most powerful tool, but also very difficult to get it consistently. You have to go into first person, come out of first person, and maintain a phase state. The phase state is something that basically has a bug in its angle calculations for collision. And as long as you maintain the phase state, you can pass through a wall within a certain angle radius, I guess, or angle range. It's the easiest to do it in the water. Like anybody who has this game, you can just like boot it up, go swim over to the right side of Gloomy Galleon entrance and just go in first person, and you'll be able to swim right into Gloomy Galleon without opening the gate. It's like one of the easiest glitches you can learn. It's you just go into first person and then leave first person and swim straight through a wall. And we'll be doing a bunch of that. But phase walking is like the on-land version of that, but it's much harder to maintain phase state. You have to kind of like alternate between different control stick ranges every frame, or else it'll just cancel it and put you back into the regular walking mode. Yeah, there are more technical explanations than what I'd be capable of providing, but basically it's a very tricky movement with the joystick that enables us to go through walls in almost any room that we could possibly want to.
Also a suggestion.
So yeah, it's interesting that in water, you can keep that phase state. And also in the air, you can do phase falls. But yeah, on ground, not so easy. In a way, it's kind of like triple frame perfect for a phase walk, depending how you look at it.
Yeah, pretty much. You have to like hold slightly down on the joystick and then pull up on the joystick, but then you have to release it very quickly. So we're kind of like flicking the joystick up and letting go as soon as we can. So you'll usually see us take multiple tries to get those, but
Yeah.
they save a lot of time when you get good enough at them. You can use them almost anywhere. So we just defeated our first boss, and although the rules of the category, require us to beat the boss to move on to the next level and all that stuff, they do not require us to collect bananas to feed the Prop and Scoff, the big pig and hippo guys that guard the boss store. We are just, glitching our way into the boss store.
Makes sense. You're not entering the level early. Nothing about entering boss early.
This is
Exactly.
true.
So here we can do like
All right.
what's called dance skips, where each golden banana, normally when you grab them, you do a like dance cutscene. But if you damage boost or like damage into them, you can skip that cutscene. So we just did that with the beaver there.
Why do you hate Dan's cutscene? Why do you want to skip it so much?
Just we gotta save time. Gotta go as fast
What
as we
did Dan
can.
ever do to you, man? That's not right.
I got a great way for y'all to save time.
Mm-hmm.
How can you activate the in-game hint system from Squawks, telling you to try somewhere else, or have someone else do it for you, basically?
I think you can like pause and unpause like 1,000 times or something ridiculous, or just like stands. No, what else do you do? Is it
So-
1,000 times, or is it like for a certain number of hours?
There's pausing. I think that's the fastest
There's three
one.
ways.
Yeah, three. I know them. So there's pausing. I think maybe 1,000 times. Yeah. There's waiting for like 5 hours or something. If you're either standing still or if you're nonstop moving. No, that's what it is. You have to be moving the whole time.
You have to be moving. Yeah, you have to like
Yep.
be doing inputs.
And then also banana ports and monkey ports. I think you can. I
wow.
don't remember
Like
how
warping
many.
back and forth.
Yeah.
That sounds right
Yeah.
to me.
So it is pause and unpause 1,501 times.
Of course.
Oh.
Monkey port 1,501 times. And stay non-idle for 432,000 frames, which is about 4 hours. So,
So wacky.
yeah. And then all it does is Squawks comes in and it's like, hey, get someone else to play the game. Like, you need help, like, basically. All right. So I think that was 1 for Xernicus and 2 for Random Sauce. So let's multiply
Yeah.
that by 10 and 20. There you go.
Cool.
I'm always staying non-idle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's an interesting thing. They added it.
432,000 frames. Yeah.
I really am curious if anybody found that like without like
Right.
naturally finding it, because
Same.
the only way we ever learned about it was like, our resident monkey scientist Ballum messing around with tassing stuff or like looking for weird things in the code.
Right. Yeah, because and it also, if you change areas, like the number resets. So you need to have done all of that within the same area.
Right.
And for the monkey port, I think it only works in 2 levels because you need to stay in the same area. So
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like Isles and Castle, I guess. Yeah.
I think so, yeah. And then who's pausing 1,500 times and unpausing?
Which I think is the fastest way to do it.
Yeah. I saw a video on it and it was like, I think pausing took 30 minutes or so.
Right.
So
Sadly not useful for runs.
it doesn't really do it. It kicks you out of the level, I guess.
I guess if you were otherwise soft locked.
Yeah, that is true.
Yes. I feel like at that point, can you
Except-
just reset the game.
That's kind of the funny thing is all the times that I thought I was soft locked, technically I was not if I just waited 5 hours.
True. Well, I think you can just like tape down the crouch button. Apparently, just holding crouch works. Tape that down for like 4.5 hours. Come back. It's probably more because of lag. Find a lag-free area, and then sit there for almost 450,000 frames.
Wow.
That is, yeah. I can't imagine anyone found that just on their own.
How many things can you do in 430,000 frames?
You could hold crouch.
This entire run.
It's true.
Yeah,
It's pretty fast.
twice.
Twice, yeah. So, we are freeing the Kongs here. We got the classic O Kong for Tiny's room because it's faster than should be charging the Switch with Diddy's face on it. But you can't just start with the K, or else the game doesn't think that the letters have been activated. You have to start with something else, and then it starts to work.
So here we're going back into that temple, and we had to like be careful not to load a certain area because we're going to do what's called a spawn snag, which is where you're grabbing the golden banana. Basically, they like keep the golden banana in a certain place, but once you load that area, it like removes it. It despawns it. So we're grabbing it real quick before that area is loaded.
Fortunately, you can see like the sparkle effect of the golden banana, so you kind of see where it is.
Wow.
So yeah, you have to like walk into that sparkle without loading the room that contains it for more than a frame. If it's more than a frame that passes, then the game actually performs the check to see like, okay, have you completed whatever little like either minigame or challenge is present in that room to spawn it.
This game is 24 FPS.
Should be 30,
Okay,
I
no,
think.
I was thinking Ocarina of Time.
0.4.
Damn,
Never mind.
I'm trapped in the room. Okay, I'm
Oh.
out. I had to phase
Pause and
walk.
unpause 1,500 times.
I had to phase walk out of there.
Actually, we can't pause in this mode, so
Nope.
that would have been bad.
All right, see you in 4 hours.
Thankfully, phase walking can bail you out of a lot of like otherwise sticky situations.
Yeah, before I learned phase walking and when I was just doing like intermediate route, there was places where the run could just die because I could just get trapped. But phase walking can bail you out of those tough situations.
So are we doing a route divergence here, or are we both going for the golden banana and factory R&D?
Well, I could decide right now. I'm gonna go for the spawn snag
Oh, nice.
in factory. Might as well, because that can also show. We will do different methods for that. It'll be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, if we're still synced when we get there, it'd be really cool to see the differences.
Yeah. So yeah, I used to do like a slower golden banana here that made the route like easier but a bit slower. Which is another interesting thing about this route is that we need 100 golden bananas by the end, and there's 201 in the game total, so you can like pick and choose which ones you want to do.
Yeah, actually, Random Sauce helped us to improve the route in a couple places because it turned out that one of the more straightforward golden bananas in Castle could be done quicker than one of the ones in Caves by introducing like a Caves reroute. So, yeah, that's been a pretty nice change in the last year or so.
Yeah, that
Bananas
was
are pretty yummy. And in fact, today's Think Fast, one of the categories or like topics for questions is indeed food. So with that being said, hey, batter up. What shape are the cereal pieces in the 1982 Donkey Kong cereal?
oh man.
I have no idea, but I would guess banana
It's not
shaped.
bananas.
That would
Yeah,
be too easy, right? Is it like a little
Exactly.
DK head?
No, I would have guessed that though, but no.
This was in 1982, so based on the arcade Donkey Kong.
Yeah,
Barrels.
barrels.
It's
well
barrels,
done.
yep. Nice.
Yummy, eat up. Very
We've got a
appetizing.
barrel in our hands right now. This game loves barrels.
There you go. There's 10 more seconds for you. Yeah, I don't know how I found it. I was just looking up like stuff about Donkey Kong, and it was like there was a cereal in the early 80s, and it's just like a normal, I don't know, corn cereal.
You know what it was
I didn't
called?
think video games were that popular enough
It was
for
called
cereals
Donkey
back
Kong cereal.
Donkey Kong cereal. They couldn't come up with a.
It was just called Donkey Kong, but yeah. Their tagline was "Crunchy barrels of fun."
then. I'm having fun, all right.
Yeah, sweetened corn cereal pieces shaped like barrels. Some of them came with arcade stickers or 4 baseball cards.
Wow.
Sure. It was the same place that made the Nintendo cereal system cereal as well. You all know about that?
I don't. Like,
Most importantly, boxes of Donkey Kong cereal appear in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
what?
He walked down a cereal aisle in a grocery store, and they were there alongside boxes of Pac-Man cereal, which also existed.
Cool.
The early 80s were a time for just thing-branded food. All right. About... Yeah, this one was fitting like 5 minutes ago. You're not playing Tiny anymore, but according to the German Donkey Kong 64
God.
website, what is Tiny Kong's occupation?
She has a job?
Yeah, I did not know there's this much lore. Geez, occupation.
Why'd you pick
He's
this
a
question
kid,
so
right?
soon, Swiss?
I'm gonna be honest. You're not gonna get this. I just find it really funny.
Why'd you pick this?
Let me think.
let me
She's temporal.
pull up the other
That relevant?
ones.
Trying to think of what her abilities would lend themselves to, because she can
yeah,
twirl through the air.
let's see about that.
I don't think any of them do. So for reference, Lanky Kong's occupation is a stand-up comedian. Chunky Kong is a professional wrestler. Diddy is... hang on. Keep guessing. I'm just curious. I'm just curious what you think. Will I pull this other stuff up?
Secretly has really good math skills. She's an accountant.
Okay, wait, you're on the right track.
You're actually really close.
You're on the right track.
What?
Really?
She's
Yeah,
like a scientist?
Nope. It's closer to numbers and math.
Math teacher? That doesn't make sense.
Diddy's occupation is race car driver. Donkey's is professional ape.
It's like those all
Sorry,
make sense,
occupation.
and then there's Tiny Kong.
And then there's Tiny Kong, which is... I don't know.
I guess Tiny Kong is the brains of the Kong family, huh?
It is definitely a more intelligent occupation, but it's also like not an occupation. I don't know.
Is it actually a job that you would be paid to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say so. It's not like a job you typically think of. But it is a real position that people have in the country.
An accountant is close.
Accountants is actually very close.
Yeah.
It has to do with money.
Like a treasurer?
An investor. I don't know.
Treasurer is closer. It has to do with
Like-
people's money.
Like a secretary? Like a position of government that manages money?
In a way, yeah.
The president of Donkey Kong Country. I don't know. Like,
That'd be funny.
The,
Further, though, it is directly involved with people's money.
the hedge fund manager.
a banker?
Banker. Yeah, that could be it. Could be banker.
No, it's more of collecting people's money.
Ooh, I lost you.
Uh-oh. Do you know how to do the backup?
Well, I'm with Lanky right now.
Oh, you can just get Skew with Lanky then.
Okay.
That might be better than trying to, like, you know... This is... Okay, so this is the thing about no levels early. You can't pause. You have to void out, as we were talking about. So there's a few places where we get gun skew, or just skew, whatever. and it's a glitch that lets you walk on your back to avoid collision with any kind of wall. And we use that to very quickly leave Angry Aztec from the inside of that temple, because there's not really a great way to like clip out of bounds really quickly from that last golden banana in the lava room. I guess the quickest way would be to like go back to warp 2 and then swim out and void out that way if you didn't have skew.
So yeah, I got my skew back. Just
Okay.
bit of a detour.
Yeah, it's
All
a bit of an unfortunate time loss, and I haven't thought of any new jobs.
All right, I'm gonna give it. Tiny Kong's listed occupation, according to the German DK64 website, is tax official.
Ah,
Oh, okay.
So Tiny Kong works for the Donkey Kong Country IRS.
Amazing.
I think there's more lore about it, but like,
Where'd you find
yeah,
this?
I found it on the Donkey Kong fandom wiki.
Okay.
My note for this is just what, because what.
I'm going to think about this now when I'm playing with Tiny.
So the little blurb about Tiny is, Tiny Kong has long been known as a multi-talent and wonder child. Her greatest wish is a career as a supermodel, but unfortunately Tiny is much too short for this occupation. Besides, she would have to leave the island, and that is out of question for Tiny. Instead, she prefers to juggle numbers and manages the banana coin savings and the financial system of the island.
Wow.
So, cool.
This is why she has connections with the banana fairy, who gives you the ability to collect rainbow coins. So it's all coming together.
Interesting.
The author of the German Donkey Kong website in the 80s thought they were the funniest guy ever for this, I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't know if this is like canon, but I want it to be. Like all the other jobs are like, yeah, it makes sense given their lore. And then it's just like, yeah, she's an IRS agent.
Yeah. Anyway, I was thinking of the banana fairy because we just went to the banana fairy and got the shockwave. And we're really here for the shockwave, not for the banana fairy camera. We don't need to take the pictures of the fairies at all, but the shockwaves are a good tool for defeating Kasplats, like the enemies that have the blueprints. And it's going to be very important at the very end of the run to do a big cutscene skip with a rainbow coin. And I guess I'll leave it at that until we get closer to it.
yeah. Yeah, one of the biggest skips comes right at the end of the run. We'll leave it as a surprise for now.
Let's think, what other things have happened that we should talk about? Well, we almost freed the whole Kong family. We're going to get Chunky in this level, and then we're going to have everyone. Let's think. We have exactly 15 golden bananas, which is just enough to get into this level. And there's quite a few levels that will be, I guess, GB perfect entering them.
Yeah, that's true.
Like this one and Fungi and Crystal Caves. Well, and Helm, of course.
Right.
That's the last one. All right, so here's a pretty cool out-of-bounds route. At the start of Frantic Factory, you actually are pretty high up in the level relative to the production room. So if you go out of bounds, right, you keep that floor height, and it just so happens to line up pretty much perfectly with the golden banana for Lanky at the top of the production room, which is just an amazing, convenient coincidence.
Yeah, very convenient way to start off Factory with that. And something else that Snern did there is out of bounds, walked underneath a cage that opens the cage for later. Something that you'd probably not notice because it looks like we're just walking around in the void.
Yeah, it can take a while to learn how to navigate the darkness too when you go out of bounds. There's a lot of like weird camera behavior, and takes some understanding of like knowing where you have to be for different rooms to be loaded. It usually helps to like go into first person to look around to see where you are relative to things, at least in this case, because the rooms that are loaded are like generally above you, so you can like look up to recenter yourself.
Hey, think fasters, I'm curious. In pounds, how large was the largest pumpkin ever grown?
I don't know, like let's start with like it's 500 pounds.
A little bit
Is
more
it
than
bigger?
that.
Much higher, yeah.
Pretty big pumpkin.
Right, these things can get huge. This is not an ideal time to be thinking about things because I'm in Mad Jack, but I'm sure you guys planned that all out.
Of course,
It's
yeah.
good. I need to catch up anyways.
You can just get the question right.
Let's go with like 1,200 pounds.
Keep going.
Whoa.
I'm surprised it was more than
3,000.
500.
It is less than 3,000.
Okay, we're narrowing it in somewhere.
Yes, we are getting there.
I will guess 1,500 pounds.
It is more. That'll get you like silver at some state fairs.
Wow.
Okay, I'm gonna go with 1801.
No. It is also not 1501.
It's just that 801 is a DK64 community meme.
It is more than 2,000.
Okay.
This is the world record one. It was grown like 2 years ago.
Oh,
Pretty recent.
Oh, really? That's pretty recent.
Yeah.
Is it
Surprised to hear that.
2,200?
Keep going.
Keep going.
Oh, 2,600.
Close.
Closer.
2770.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's close enough.
Yeah.
2,749
Wow.
pounds. That is a
Pretty
lot.
big pumpkin. You know what's horrifying? There's probably an even bigger pumpkin that's growing right now as we speak.
How many years
Looking
does it
to
take to
claim.
grow that?
Probably takes
don't
a
know.
while.
I could imagine.
Like, I assume it's more than a full season.
Yeah, I would assume so. I'm not sure.
Actually, I don't know.
This guy is like known for making the largest pumpkins.
Just the pumpkins, mad scientist.
Yeah.
The Dr.
Wow.
Doofenshmirtz of pumpkins.
Apparently the owner of this pumpkin is the owner of Raising Cane's.
What?
Not the person who grew it. The owner of Raising Cane's purchased this pumpkin.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder where they keep it.
That's so specific.
Like, where you have to have it like hauled into your house by a forklift.
They used it for like a Halloween experience thing. That's so specific.
Well, that was the most chaotic Mad Jack fight I've had in a long time. Thank you. So the way this fight works is like, he spawns switches in random places, and the only real thing you can keep track of is like the number of jumps, because he'll always do the same number of jumps for each round. It's like 9 and then 11, then 12, then 13, then 15. But yeah, there was no counting today. I was
Especially when we have a numbers question.
just frantically avoid. Yeah, I know, right? It was perfect. How'd it go for you, Renaissance? I assume you got up into the fight.
Yeah. I'm like midway through, just starting the last phase. It's going okay.
Cool.
All right, how about a non-numbers question? In Super Smash Bros. Melee, Donkey Kong notably has a hitbox on what atypical part of his body?
The tie.
Yep.
Yeah, I like Melee.
He's got the tie hitbox.
People like to complain about that.
Don't know why, but
They're more of a hurt box than a hitbox, right? That's the problem.
Should have.
Yeah.
I mean, DK's making a comeback in the meta, so not a come up. Like he was never there.
A little
until just
bit,
now.
Yeah, I've been watching the Junebug performances
exactly.
and whatnot. Pretty fun to root for that. Yeah, I've never been good at Melee, but I played it as a kid, and it's just a great game. And then when I found the competitive scene, like, I never actually went to the tournaments, but I really like watching them.
apparently a couple of DK's moves in Ultimate also have a tie hurt box.
Like during the moves animation?
Yeah,
You'd think they would have fixed that.
I know.
Maybe it's on purpose.
Maybe it's canon that his eye is part of his body.
That's a little creepy. Yeah.
A little bit.
Interesting implications.
We'll unpack that at another time.
If I was Sakurai, if you touched DK's tie, you would just die.
The sacred tie.
Yeah, those are my patch notes.
So Zanar's gonna do a tag barrel storage for
Yeah, I will
spawn
try.
snag. Yeah. So
I'm gonna try the tag barrel storage.
it's a tough trick. So being in this tag barrel storage state.
Yes,
Nice, nice.
we got it. First try.
That's awesome.
That's pretty rare for it to get
Nice.
first try. That is not an easy trick to get. You have to skid jump, which is already like a frame perfect input, and then get into the orang stand in midair on the same frame that you're entering the tag barrel. And it gives you a no clip kind of state, but also where the camera is still fixed in the tag barrel. And that helps you to do a spawn snag because, as Random Sauce mentioned earlier, a spawn snag is achieved by collecting gold banana without loading the room that it's in. Now he has a brand new setup for the spawn snag without tag rail storage, so it's a bit more consistent, hopefully, and not too dissimilar in terms of how long it should take.
Yeah,
So
hopefully.
best of luck on that.
Hopefully I get it. It's like getting tag barrel storage can be hard, but once you get it, it's pretty straightforward from there. But this has like more moving parts, I would say. So we'll see how it
Yeah,
goes.
for this one, like you don't have any like tight frame window to hit a trick, but you have to be careful with your out of bounds. I guess navigation. That's the word I was thinking of or looking for. I haven't even actually learned this setup yet. It's that new. It's like what, 3 days old or something?
Yeah, something like that. All right. Got it.
Nice, very good.
Nice.
Ow.
So yeah, 2 different ways to do the same trick. The fun of this game.
It's a very good relief that we both got it because we were thinking the other night when we were practicing, like, what even is the best backup gold banana? And it's not obvious what it even would be because you start being like 1 banana short for a couple of level entries and it could get messy quickly. So glad that neither of us have to worry about that.
That is always good. All right. How about a question?
I'm ready for it.
I'd love
Yeah.
to. Or you can
go
if you
for it.
want. No,
Oh,
I don't mean to be pressing. Okay.
allow you.
Thanks. All right. Let's see. In what games is King K. Rool playable in?
Well, some
Oh.
of the Smash games.
Yeah.
Which one? Let me think. Ultimate, of course.
Yeah.
Smash Ultimate.
Yeah,
the
I
easy
just
one.
know of Ultimate and
There's plenty more.
plenty more.
Maybe not plenty. There's a couple.
I mean, relative to one game, yes.
Yeah, this I don't know.
They are all spin-off games.
So
one of
yeah, it
them-
wouldn't be any of the like country tropical
Yeah,
freeze things
yeah.
like that.
right.
There
yeah,
are
no
2
mainline
Donkey
games.
Kong spin-off games and 1 Mario spin-off game.
Oh, like something. Would it be like one of those games that was in? If you ever heard of the Jan Misali, like what are all the Mario games that exist? Like
Oh,
all the
yeah.
really fringe ones that are like, well, this is like technically a spin-off of the Donkey Kong thing, which.
Now this
Yeah.
one's pretty well known.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I only know of the of Ultimate, to be honest. I have to go.
Wow.
What other? Do you know of any other DK spin-off games?
Well, I mean, he's not in like Diddy Kong Racing, but wait, what am I doing? Okay, this is why it's Think Fast. I just reverted to
Fast Trap, that's right.
Yeah, I just kind of muscle memoried my way into the a route for like 101% instead of no levels early here. I forgot that it was time to leave factory. Right. And what is this game or games?
Yeah.
Okay, are they for handheld consoles by any chance?
One
'Cause
of
I
them
don't play like
is.
hardly any
Yeah.
of those. Yeah,
One of them
felt like
is,
there would be
two
one.
of them are not. One of them uses a very unique peripheral.
Oh.
That may or may not be related to Donkey Kong.
What about the bongo beat game? I don't know what it's called.
Oh, Jungle Beat?
Jungle Beat? Jungle Beat.
Not that one, no.
Okay, that's the only funny
Close,
peripheral one that
though.
I could think of.
It is a DK Bongo game, but it's not Jungle Beat. It's also not the Conga game. It's not the rhythm one. I think it's like the only other game that uses the barrels.
I didn't know there was another one.
All right, am
You have any
I?
ideas, Random Sauce?
Hang on, I thought I was confused with the other one. It was supposed to be Control of the Bongos. All right, there's a Mario sports game.
Oh, of course. But which one?
Which one?
Like, I don't remember ever seeing K. Rool in a Mario Kart, so
Right, it's not a Mario Kart.
Right.
It is a more typical sport.
Mario Tennis?
Nope.
No. Never seen him in there either.
Well, for this game,
Boxing.
like...
Boxing, of course. It would be a boxing game.
No.
Oh, that would make sense, though.
That
I
would
think the
make
reason
sense.
I think the reason K. Rool is in this game is because it's a kind of sport where you need a lot of players on your team, so they kind of had to put Donkey Kong characters in the game.
Now let's go
Yeah.
with baseball.
Yes.
Which one?
Something.
Which one?
Which sport?
No, which baseball game?
Yeah. Which baseball game?
There's two baseball games.
The only name that sounds like a game I've heard is Super Sluggers.
Yes.
That's it. Yep.
It's actually
never played
exactly it.
That's the one on the Wii.
What a snipe.
And then the other two, I'll just give them. It's DK King of Swing, which was on the Game Boy Advance, and Donkey Kong Barrel Blast, which was on the Wii,
Huh.
which is a racing game. Which I thought that one would use the bongos, but it didn't. It was supposed to, but it was
Racing with bongos sounds like
Yeah.
a recipe for disaster. You have a go right button and a go left button.
basically.
Steering in like incremental amounts.
Why is Tiny doing that?
We have skew again.
Oh.
And this is actually probably the longest skew section of the run.
Yeah, probably.
Basically, we're going to be going in and out of a bunch of little gated golden bananas that are throughout this level. Great thing about skew is you can jump in a tag barrel and you keep it with the next Kong. The bad thing about skew is if you do like a standard jump, you lose it. So you have to like do jumps only out of other movement states. Like you can do like crouched jumps or like an aerial attack and then a jump, or a slide kick and then a jump. But you have to be very intentional with your movement and careful that you don't accidentally lose it.
Yeah.
Also, you lose it if you like slide on a slippery slope and then jump off of that by accident, which
That's true.
can be all too annoying.
Yeah, there's quite a few ways you can lose skew. The way I lost it earlier in Aztec was trying to do a long jump. I pressed like Z and A on the same frame, so it kind of just counts it as like a jump, just a normal jump. So you have to be very careful to not lose your skew.
Yeah, that'll happen, especially if like there's a lag frame just at the moment that you wanted to long jump. So yeah, sometimes you just have to just like hold Z a little longer than you might otherwise. But yeah, it's very useful in that section. You just get to clear a lot of gates without needing to do, other out of bounds tricks at each one. And there are ways of flipping into most of those gates, even if you didn't have skew. It's just, this is the most convenient. another like out of bounds you can do in this room just to get a golden banana that you would otherwise have to just like defeat a couple zingers and stuff. That's not a spawn snag because that GB is just always loaded, just sitting behind the painting. But it's, yeah, just another case of go out of bounds and collect it. So we're actually back in the first level because we weren't here with 3 of the Kongs in the first visit. And there's a lot of short golden bananas here. So even though we've already like come here, we've already done the boss of Japes. Yeah, we need, 30 golden bananas to get into Gloomy Galleon, and then 50 to get into Fungi, so... yeah, so we're just collecting quick ones here.
So let's just wiggle our way through the fence, no big deal.
Yeah, Japes has some of the best like out of bounds navigation because you can go from the different spots so well with the skew.
Right, like the skew we used went all the way over to the what we call the beehive area without going through the tunnel that would normally take you there, and then like straight back across, which is pretty cool. Heading into sort of the last main section here. I'm going to show up like an alternate trick for phase walking. It's called phase fall. You can only do it with Chunky. If you skid jump and pull your camera in the air, you can get the phase state and just kind of fall through the wall that way. It only really works with Chunky because his jump goes high enough and the other Kongs don't. In spite of what the DK rap says, Chunky actually does jump high.
Yeah, Chunky's very floaty. And he's the only one that you can do the phase fall with. It's very cool that there's actually that alternative for phase walks. I believe that was first found like before phase walks as far as RTA. That was like first.
Oh yeah, way before.
Yeah, first implemented.
Yeah, phase walks were not really used much until like, I want to say like 2020 or 2021. But this phase fall with the camera was used in runs since like maybe 2017 or something.
Interesting.
It's hard for me to remember the full history of this game because I've been running it since like 2012. A lot of things have come and gone
together.
Yeah,
Zanern goes way back with this game. I'm kind of more recent, so for me it was like I knew some of the glitches from a while ago, but then I wasn't keeping up for a while, and now I come back and suddenly we have all this new technology. We have phase walks and stuff. It was pretty mind-blowing. You know, now any percent is 25 minutes long. It's insane.
Yeah, well, it's also like insane to me that you kind of sort of came back to this game and just like picked it up at a high level right away. I mean, I know it's not like an overnight thing. It was like a year or so of working on it, but still, like relatively speaking, to go and like get the record in no levels early with like a year of RTA experience speaks volumes to just how like well-practiced runner or well-disciplined runner that you've been.
Yeah, I remember.
So I'm very happy to see that.
I appreciate it. When I first did any percent, which was like 2 years ago now, I remember thinking, man, this game's really hard. I don't know if it's for me. But at the start of 2024, I came at it with some really good like practice habits, and it was a good time. It proved pretty quick.
Yeah, I learned several things just from your time in the game so far, and I have high hopes for like what's going to happen with 101 if you choose to go at it seriously.
Yeah, hopefully I can find some stuff.
I'm sure you will, because it's like having a fresh pair of eyes look at a game that's been run for years. It's just like you have sort of inquisitive thoughts that I just kind of took. It's not that like I haven't thought about the game deeply in the past, but it's like at some point you kind of think you know everything, even though you don't. Hard to describe. Or it's like you just don't know where to look next.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the times you get to a point where it's like, this sucks. How can we do it better? And then you find something that just affects something else, maybe, and then you can just snowball from that.
Yeah, I had seen
Right.
that no levels early. Like most of the PBs were kind of old. Like world record was like almost 3 years old or whatever. So I definitely had my eyes out for as many like improvements as I could. I was like, you know, if everyone's like PBs are kind of old, then maybe there's something to find, which is definitely
Makes sense.
half of the fun for me. It's like finding stuff.
So I just had like my jaw on the floor because Chunky just decided not to make the distance between two vines. Like that
Oh.
should be like a
That
scripted distance, but it's so rare to like just not make it across in that particular set of vines.
That has happened to me before, and I don't know if that's just bad luck with the vines going up and down. Yeah.
I guess. Like there are the other sets of vines that it happens like all the time, like the one to the factory beaver bother and the one inside the giant mushroom. But I can't remember the last time that I've just like not made the vines here. That's crazy. Thankfully it's not that far to get back up.
Yeah.
Getting skill checked in an automated section would definitely question my status as a gamer. You know?
I know, right? Yeah. It's like I'm just
Sometimes
pressing
the game
A.
just says no.
Yeah.
All right, you got a question, Sparkle?
That I do. Why, thank you for the ever so generous segue. Take a look at this. Hey, what was the first film that Donkey Kong made a major appearance in? It is not the Super Mario Bros. Movie.
Uh-huh.
I figured it wasn't. That was way too recent.
Yeah. I wouldn't say this is that old.
Animated
maybe
film
not.
or like not counting
It's
cartoons?
like
Just
it's
any.
yeah.
Any-
just
any film.
Any film, yeah.
Well, I mean, there isn't like a real life Donkey Kong, so I guess that was a dumb question.
Not yet. We have the technology.
Yeah.
Well, my movie knowledge definitely is not up there. I might need a hint
Neither
or
is
two.
mine. Yeah, I
It
don't really know where to
is-
start with this one.
It is a video game focused film.
Okay, that's not too surprising.
And it is.
Wait, was it like
not-
Wreck-It Ralph, or is that too recent?
It's not
No.
Wreck-It Ralph, no.
It is more recent than Wreck-It Ralph. This movie came out in 2015.
He isn't in
Wait,
Wreck-It Ralph.
I thought this
Oh.
movie came out in like 2005.
No.
This movie seems so old to me for some reason. It's okay, never mind.
Nope,
Okay.
2015.
I was
Knowing,
gonna
knowing
say
the
it-
year is very telling.
It
I
was-
guess, but...
It was not received that well.
Oh, was it like the first Sonic movie?
Nope.
No.
It was not tied
Sega,
to a
so-
specific IP. So like the
Oh.
film was not like Sonic or Mario. It's
Yeah.
kind of just
Maybe
just
one of the
generic.
Lego movies?
nope.
There were a lot
Lego.
of different IPs mixed in there.
The main character in this or the main actor in this film is Adam Sandler.
Really?
Adam Sandler.
And it's a movie about video games.
I don't know why I have this idea that like Seth Rogen played Donkey Kong, but I have no idea.
No, he does.
Because he did in the Mario
Yeah,
movie.
he
Yeah.
does.
Oh, okay. Okay, but that's not this movie that you're thinking of.
No.
Okay.
Right. I don't really know much more about. I've never seen this film, but I've heard it's not good or not great. And yeah, Adam Sandler's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it came out in like the mid 2000s because the clips I've seen of the movie are just like so dated and like old fashioned. It's like if somebody made a movie today about memes and they start off with like, "This is Sparta" or something. That's what
The
it's
Adam
like.
Sandler thing is confusing me because I'm trying to think what movie was he in that was also following the focus of a video game. Like, is he not playing himself as like a?
No,
I mean,
he
not
is.
that he was ever playing.
It
He is
wasn't
playing.
exactly. It's a film kind of about that has a lot of references to video games, I guess. It's not really about any specific game or series
Was
or
there
character.
a movie made about like the chase for like the high score record of Donkey Kong Arcade?
Yes, I'm not counting that.
Okay.
Because, yeah, DK's in it, but like he's not really like a character
He's not
in
a
the
character
movie.
in the movie.
Yeah.
He's like the movie's about the game that he's
Right,
in. That's
yeah.
different.
But yeah, that is a good call though.
Now
That
I'm just
was
thinking
the
of Adam
King of
Sandler
Kong?
movies.
Also thinking of King of Kong.
The only that's
the name
not
of the
even
film
Adam
is very referential to, I guess, the technology that makes games. It's a sort of. That's not a great hint. I wouldn't think about that too much. I think the main focus of this film was Pac-Man. It's kind of like got like the most like recognizable, but
he
DK
like
is in it.
plays a gamer. His character is like a hardcore gamer, I guess. I don't think I've seen
I
the
couldn't
I
tell
definitely
you.
haven't seen the movie. I
Yeah.
know that much. But I'm starting to question whether I've even seen like a trailer for the movie.
Yeah, same. So
All right, I'm just gonna give it.
just go
It's
for
called Pixels. It's called Pixels.
Pixels.
2015 Adam Sandler movie, very not well received. I don't really know the plot, but yeah, it's like kind of a hybrid of like CGI video game characters in a real world. And yeah, Pac-Man's in it a lot.
It has an 18% on the tomato meter.
Wow, that's low.
Yeah.
Can't believe there isn't an earlier movie.
same. I thought it would definitely be earlier than that.
Yeah.
And then yeah, since then, Mario movie, and that's probably been it also since.
Very underexplored character here.
All right, how about a different one? What is the current hottest chili pepper?
Oh, totally different. Well,
I might know
So-
this. So it was the Carolina Reaper, and now it's like, isn't it like something X?
Yeah.
you're gonna have to get this one. I don't think I know anything about it.
It is not an inspired name. It tells you exactly what it is.
The Death Pepper. No.
It is something X.
Yeah, that's all I've got, to be honest. Hold on, I'm putting
right.
the camera.
I'll just give you it. I mean, you got the harder part. It is just Pepper X.
Okay,
Oh.
yeah, that's what I thought.
It's just called
Pepper
Pepper
X.
X.
Sounds like something from like a cartoon.
Yeah.
chemical. The Chemical X, you know?
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was developed by the same person who developed the Reaper as well. And I'm sure he's working on something even hotter, but it's not official yet.
What comes first, the next hottest pepper or the next largest pumpkin? Place your bets.
Ooh.
Pepper, probably.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably both in progress. So the Carolina Reaper, so for reference on how hot these peppers are, a typical habanero, I think, is like 200 or like 500-ish thousand Scoville units, maybe somewhere between like 200 and 500,000. The ghost pepper is 1 million. The Carolina Reaper is 1.6 million. And Pepper X is 2.6 million Scoville units. So that is very hot.
Yeah.
A jalapeno is like 2,000.
Yeah, I am not one for super spicy foods.
Same. For me, like, jalapenos are the hottest that I would probably go most of the time.
Yeah, for me, it's not even like peppers per se that it's like the hottest food I'll tolerate. It's like whatever the like Indian curry spice stuff has in it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, I enjoy hot things, and I feel like a lot of things that like advertise themselves as super hot are just not. Like, I'm not like I will seek out and eat raw ghost peppers, but like I have like a bag of like effectively Cheetos that are Reaper, but like they're not that hot. I don't know. It's all relative, I feel. Unless you're just eating the raw pepper, which don't do that. It's I don't know. It just depends on what you like or not, I guess.
I sometimes lick lemons to test my resolve.
Well, at least lemons aren't spicy.
I guess I just wanted to say that.
Just wanted to get that out there.
It's a fruits and vegetables related sentiment, so.
It's true.
So I noticed we're approaching the halfway mark of the run here, or maybe just about.
Yeah, I'll be finishing galleons soon if we want to.
Would this be roughly a good time to take our break? Yes, this would be
a great time. Well, let's say when Random Sauce finishes galleon, I guess.
Okay.
Just so it's like a clean point.
That sounds good to me.
Another spawn snag. Good. Yeah, that's in another room. We're going around back and grabbing it out of bounds. And I'll be finishing
you just let me
galleon in like 3, 2, 1 now.
All right, perfect timing.
All right, yeah, we'll call it the pause then.
Timer. Let's see. Oh, I don't remember how to do that.
I also don't.
Pause. There we go. I had to right-click menu it.
Oh, okay, I'll do that.
All right, so we are just about halfway through this run. We're not going anywhere, but we are going to take a quick break. But first, we have some announcements.
That we do. Suppose, hey, did you guys know, holy snot, Back to Black 2025 is coming just this next 3 days, February 6th through 9th, here on the Games Done Quick Twitch channel benefiting Race Forward. Catch the action and support an incredible cause. Type BTB in chat, the command !BTB to see the event schedule. And if you want to find out more about the all-black speedrunning community, please type !BAF in Twitch chat. And if you'd like to support GDQ Hotfix, check out the 2024 Season 4 shirt at theyeti.com/GDQ. And also, which look at that, GDQ is in fact hiring. If you're interested in becoming a host volunteer coordinator, go to the gamesdonequick.com/jobs website and apply for February 17th. And also you can join the official GDQ Discord and add the Hotfix role where you can keep tabs on upcoming events, talk with staff, and more. Use !Discord in Twitch chat for more info.
We will be right back. Don't go anywhere for more Think Fast. Welcome back to Think Fast, the speedrunning game show of fast times and sharp minds. If you're just joining us, I'm your host, Swoos.
And I'm also your host, Sparkle.
In case you forgot how the game works, it's not enough to simply beat the game the fastest. Our runners are answering our trivia questions as they play, and the more questions they get right, the more seconds we take off their time. Again, everyone watching at home, feel free to play along in chat. I don't really know who's ahead. I know Zernicus is up in trivia time.
I'm also ahead at the moment in the run.
Well,
we're pretty much halfway. Like, we've just finished Gloomy Galleon, which is the 4th level, and there are 8 total levels. So yeah, we are heading into Fungi next. We need 50 golden bananas for that. We're doing some fun out of bounds with the big Hunky Chunky Kong here. And just skipping dances left and right if we can grab these golden bananas without going on like dry land. That's one of the conditions for the game, to just say, you know what, you're not on stable floor, we're just going to skip the dance and let you be on your way. And as we get into the second half, the difficulty ramps up a bit. At least when we get to caves, in my opinion, that will be the hardest level.
Definitely for caves, it'll ramp up.
Helm is also pretty tough to do fast.
Definitely. For how short of a level it is very difficult. It's only 2 minutes long, but it's pretty tough.
Yeah. How's your run been so far, other than losing Skew in the temple?
Yeah, I think so Aztec, I lost Skew that one time, and I got stuck in the tiny temple spawn snag area.
Oh, true.
So that put me back like a good chunk. But factory was decent. Japes 2, I fell in the underground, but
yeah, that happens a lot.
it's been okay.
That's good. I had like pretty good start, I guess. Like Aztec was surprisingly good, and then factory is when the pumpkin number question during Mad Jack. So I lost like at least 30 seconds to just Mad Jack like jumping on top of me over and over. But yeah, nothing like really catastrophic yet.
Don't say yet. That implies that something's gonna happen.
Well, we haven't hit all the hardest stuff, so
True.
we will see.
All right. Durian is perhaps most famously banned on which country's public transit?
Wait, what even is... That's like a fruit, right?
It is a fruit that smells very bad.
Oh. Trying to think, where would it grow? Probably somewhere warm. Let's say Brazil? I don't know.
No, wrong continent.
Wrong continent. India? Doesn't make sense.
Closer.
Where's durian from? I've never had durian.
I'm also not
I haven't
familiar.
either.
China? I don't know.
It is sort of in that region.
Okay.
It is
Japan?
a very spiky fruit. It is not Japan. It is in Asia, though.
Is in Asia. Kind of figured that much. Well, I could just start listing all the countries in Asia, but that,
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
without much thought to it. I feel like we should alternate guesses, otherwise it doesn't feel fair.
Yeah, go for it. There's a couple answers. There's one that I'm mostly looking for, but I'll take a couple others.
Well, geez, I don't know. It's a mystery fruit to me.
Name a country.
Yeah, true.
Let's say Taiwan.
No.
Okay, let's say Thailand.
It is more south than those.
Oh. Europe.
More south. Okay, but not like Australia.
Right.
Well,
Is that your
that'll
guess?
be my guess, yeah. I'm bad with geography.
Okay, I'll say Indonesia.
There is a chance Indonesia.
It's not the one you were thinking of. That's
It's
fine.
not it's not the two that I'm thinking of, I'll say.
Oh,
There's two.
we're narrowing in on it. I imagine.
One of two.
I'm just going purely off of geographical directions here.
You are very close though. It is that region.
So what was that last guess? That was close?
I guessed
Indonesia.
Indonesia.
Yeah.
I'm honestly
really good.
drawing blanks on even naming countries.
I've got like 3 more countries in my head. So
All right, go for it. Go for it.
Malaysia.
All right, Malaysia is one.
Ooh.
I'll
Okay.
give it for that one.
My next guess was going to be Philippines or Singapore, but yeah, those are the ones.
Singapore, I think, is the one that is like most famous for having banned it, but I'm pretty sure
Okay.
Malaysia does as well. So
Okay.
we'll give you that one.
Yeah, I should have thought Singapore earlier because it's like a city, so it would have a lot of people in a congested area.
Yeah.
I think like Thailand was a bad guess, but yeah.
But yeah, it is. It's a very spiky fruit. But I think it's native to like Malaysia, Indonesia, and it smells really bad. Apparently, so I've never had it either, so I'm not sure, but maybe someday.
Well, we went from like the exact opposite side of the globe with the first guess. So
I mean,
Really
look,
needed
you
the
had a
hints on that
reasoning,
one.
and it was right reasoning, just wrong area.
It's the same problem that happens when I play GeoGuessr. It's like, okay, well, this is somewhere around the equator, but which continent? It's the 50-50 between South America and Asia. Any guys played GeoGuessr before?
I am
Yeah.
very into GeoGuessr. Do not get me started on it.
Me with GeoGuessr is like when you're in front of a stoplight and you like guess when it's going to turn green, like now. Now.
Well,
that's just me. And
this
then
one for
I get it like
sure.
maybe 15% of the time, and I feel pretty cool, but I'm not good. And that's
Well,
okay.
I made my catastrophic error of the run. I just failed Dog It On Quick, and failed it in such a way that I accidentally hit the boss, which means that the setup is kind of ruined and I had to die and come back in. So let me get it this
Happens.
time. This is like a free trick if you're just paying attention. So
This guy looks like if Charizard was a wasp.
yeah,
I don't
pretty
like
much.
Huh.
It's like a dragonfly.
Oh, a dragon. Yeah, I
That's
guess that
how it
makes
works.
sense. Huh.
This is the
Literally.
most rare enemy.
He's cool. He's really cool. And yeah, this boss skip is really impactful. Not so much in this category, but overall in the game. Basically, you can place the barrel down in front of him, let him hit you and the barrel at the same time. It triggers a condition in the code that makes it think that you've just defeated the boss, even though you haven't done anything really. And this is a long fight that is like the only boss fight that regularly requires you to have a specific Kong and a specific move. You're supposed to need Hunky Chunky to defeat him. And being able to do that fight with any Kong at the start of the game opens up like access to Creepy Castle right off the bat. Because Key 5 opens Caves and Castle's a level that you can't, like, even if you were allowed to go to levels early, you really can't go to Castle without Key 5. So there are actually like 101% routes built off of that trick's existence. Completely revolutionized the category.
Yeah, and better yet, you can actually get Key 5, do that same glitch in Aztec as well.
Yeah, which is even more crazy because it's like a copy of the boss, sort of, that they modified for Aztec to have like a shorter fight and give a different key. But when you do the glitch, it triggers, the code that it triggers is actually like specifically the code that gives you Key 5, regardless of whether you were in level 5 or level 2.
Yeah, quite the big glitch. Quite the big oversight in the, in the coding.
Yeah, for sure.
But I love that it lets us skip such a long boss fight in such a cool way.
Yeah. Yeah, the really cool thing about it is that it led to the Castle Kong's route for 101 because the Castle boss has the ability to play as all Kongs from that boss fight, even if you haven't unlocked them normally. So you can actually like unlock Kongs via the fight. You'll see when we get to the castle boss that it has like a tag barrel inside the boss.
It is a very, again, a very rare thing to do. I feel like they kind of just have the same methodologies for all their games. And it's like, well, if you've gotten here, surely you have access to everything. So here you go.
Yeah, this game has a few of those, like, assume that you already got this far or that you already have a certain move. There's a couple of, like, individual rooms that have, like, pads for moves that work even if you don't have that move. It's kind of weird.
And can't you also,
and also, like,
do it glitchless for Castle Kongs? Like, for, who is it? Is it
Tiny Kong,
Yeah.
you can free glitchless, yes. Which is really cool.
Yeah.
There's like a meme category built around that called Tale of the Phantom Banana. Because you can pick up Tiny's colored bananas without actually freeing her when you exit from the boss. So they're like invisible, but you can collect them.
All right, how about a question?
Sure.
Let's see. Donkey Kong or fruits and vegetables? Your choice.
Let's do Donkey Kong.
All right.
Looks
According
pretty
to
awesome.
according to Simon Craddock, an engineer at Rare that worked on DK64, why was the expansion pack bundled with the game?
I mean, it uses the space, but I don't know if that was his reason.
So
Like, you need it to play the game. I know that much.
Yeah, but there was a like specific thing in the game that made them need the space, or at least want the space.
I mean, there was the myth thing of it without this expansion pack, it was causing crashes was the myth, and then someone
Right.
clarified
Yep.
that. I think
Yep.
the answer might be something to do with graphics, I believe.
Yes, but what specifically, or at least like what field in the graphics? I guess.
Is it like the number of polygons or like moving parts of the character models?
It was not the character models.
No.
It was a more like overarching graphics thing.
Is it the sparkles of
Why do I not know this?
certain things?
No.
Oh, maybe like light reflections off of the shiny objects.
Oh yeah, isn't it lighting? Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
lighting, yeah. Vertex lighting is the
yeah,
specific answer, but yes. The yeah, so a lot of people say or think that it was because there was a memory leak that they couldn't patch and that they had to include the expansion pack. But that was propagated by someone who hadn't even worked on DK64. They like mentioned it. They like worked on Conkers and mentioned it there or something. So yeah, it was just lighting.
Cool. Well, it's good we can.
I thought of that because I was watching a golden banana come down and I was like, wow, that thing is shiny.
Good we can dispel
This works out
the
that
myth,
sometimes.
Yeah,
because I know that the myth always comes up and
Yep.
endlessly correcting it.
Yeah.
yep. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of info about it, and the engineer like posted in a Facebook thread that was like, actually, it was not this. It was because of the lighting.
Neat.
So, and a couple other people that worked on DK64 also kind of corroborated that. So,
All right, time for my enemy crystal caves.
Yeah, Crystal Caves is like a gauntlet of tough segments, back to back kind of thing. Definitely
And it,
one of the hardest levels in the route.
yeah, the thing that makes this level unique is the giant Kosha enemy that's sort of like omnipresent in the main area of the level. And he's sort of like he's on a timer before he'll attack you. And trying to manage like where you are, how much you can get done before the timer runs out is a big part of the route through the level, and whether or not you can like skip his cutscene or overlap it with something, and just like avoiding the falling rocks when he does attack you. Not to mention the fact that there's a couple of like key skew sections that can be punishing if you mess them up. So yeah, there's a lot to focus on here.
Yeah, that first time that cutscene shows up, it's a long cutscene, like at least 15 seconds, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
And so an interesting thing of the routing was Znern kind of found a way that you could skip that initial cutscene in this category, but it's really hard. I don't know if you're planning on going for that.
Not really.
Me neither.
I'm gonna take your approach, which you found that we could skip the cutscene during a warp. We just have to take the warp an extra time, basically, or I guess an extra 2 times. But
Right.
it still averages out to, or you know, ends up being faster than taking the warp immediately and watching the full cutscene.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no other place that you can easily skip it or like safely skip it. So that is the most practical choice. And before we get there, there's this really tough room where I have to be careful with my orange count. Oh, I hope we get questions about oranges. We haven't talked about the oranges in this run, but they're actually really important for this category because Well, essentially, they're kind of like your ammo for doing stuff like dance skips. Because you usually want to throw them at yourself to skip the animations. So there's a lot of like keeping track of how many you have. They're also going to be important at the end of the run. For that last big skip. So you definitely want to have, and you also want to have some going into K. Rool because it's just like faster to use them in part of the K. Rool fight at the end of the run.
So in that case, because you asked for it so nicely,
Yeah.
what type of orange accounts for about half of the United States' yearly orange yield?
Why'd you say that's so funny?
Okay. I mean, like, I don't know if Florida orange is a real type of orange, but
It is. It might be, but
it's not that one.
I don't think so. Let me actually see. It is not, though.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
Yeah, it is
I'm not
more
familiar with
specific type, I
different
think.
is it like,
types of
I don't know if like,
Different types of oranges.
I don't know if like the Mandarin oranges is like counted as an orange or if that's a different fruit.
I think it is, but it is not this one. The name of this type is a city in Spain.
Oh.
It is a fairly large one as well.
Okay. Oh man, why have I?
Back to geography.
Yeah, right. I'm secretly just getting the geography questions. Let's go with. I'll just start with the obvious. Madrid orange.
Oh.
No, I didn't think it would be that one. What other Spanish cities do I know? I'm kind of focusing on the game for this moment. Okay, we got past the hard part. I know Barcelona, orange, but that doesn't sound right.
Oh. It is Spain's third largest city.
Oh man, Valencia.
It is Valencia, yep. The Valencia orange.
But is
I
that
think
because
that
they're
is-
from Spain and we just sell them here? Like we distribute them? Or
I think we just grow them here
we grow them here?
as well,
The
yeah.
strain maybe came, who knows?
Yeah, I think it originated in Valencia, but, well, no. Yes and no. The Valencia orange is a sweet orange cultivar named after the famed oranges in Valencia, but it was also first made in California. So I don't actually know.
Confusing.
So apparently there are oranges in Valencia that aren't Valencia oranges. That's a whole other rabbit hole, but that's what they're called. And I think that is also like the ones that are largely grown in Florida as well.
Oh, okay.
So the more you know.
Yeah. A lot of new things getting learned
Yeah.
this stream. Yay. Okay, that's my least favorite trick, and it went well.
Nice.
It doesn't look difficult. It isn't difficult to do. It's just like sometimes it just doesn't work, and I can't tell why. That's kind of the thing with a lot of tricks in this game. It's like, oh, like it doesn't seem like it would be a hard trick, but it just like doesn't always go the same way, even if you think you're doing the same thing each time.
Yeah, getting certain tricks consistent can be really tricky.
All right, I've been spared with this caves. I'm very happy. Nothing really was like terrible.
Yeah, more fun orange facts. The color orange comes from the fruit.
Oh, I knew that one.
Which is wild. All right, more facts. Which cultivar of banana was almost entirely wiped out in the 1950s due to Panama disease?
Oh. I don't know the answer, but I did hear once that like the bananas we eat today are like totally different than the bananas that people regularly ate like 100 years ago.
Yeah.
And like
Yep.
they're not
Because
as
of
sweet
this.
anymore.
Yeah, so
think.
apparently the banana flavor in like candy is based on this type, but they basically don't exist anymore because of that disease. And the ones we eat now, are different. My notes for this question are: did you play Balatro? Because it's in that.
I was gonna say, why is this question medium difficulty? Because who would ever get this?
Yeah.
Do you play Balatro around this house?
No, I haven't.
This
I've,
one would know.
I've watched a little bit, but not enough to know the answer.
All right, I'm never hinting this one. So it is the Gros Michel or Big Mike. The ones we eat now are called Cavendish
Oh, I've heard of that.
bananas, and apparently there's possibly a threat of them getting wiped out by another disease soon. So that's fun.
Oh man.
More banana facts. Basically, every banana is a clone of other bananas because apparently the trees can't reproduce. So people just clone the trees.
That is
I
bizarre.
have heard this.
So every banana you've eaten is basically identical.
That'd
Yeah.
be my first thought. So
But yeah, there's apparently the same disease that killed the Gros Michel is also affecting the current ones. So yikes. Good luck to bananas. Please don't ask why I know so much about fruit. I don't know either.
bananas are pretty important,
I do like
if you ask me. I haven't had one in a while though. I feel like I
had
would
one
never,
recently.
I would never eat bananas when they're supposed to be eaten because I just wanted to eat some bananas, but then it was too soon.
Bananas are naturally radioactive. That's cool.
This is true.
Wow. Is that why they sparkle?
Yeah, that's the lore.
You are consistently getting doses of radiation with every golden banana you get.
And they're pretty big compared to the Kongs. So.
Good luck.
So that's the difference between golden bananas and the regular ones that we pick up and feed to the
Right, yes.
The radiation amount.
That explains it.
Were the pre-disease bananas radioactive too?
I think so.
Oh yeah.
It's a matter of like, it's just from the potassium in them. There's like naturally some isotope that's radioactive. So yeah, I think so.
Hopefully not too much. I do have like a banana a day usually, so
Yeah, there's like a whole chart that the person who makes the XKCD comics made about like radiation, and you're fine.
okay.
There is basically no worry.
I figured
Basically.
they're so common.
Basically, don't eat like 100 bananas an hour.
Yeah.
Don't do what
Even
Donkey
then,
is
it's probably
doing.
fine. Let's see.
What is our banana per hour rate here?
Probably
like
0.003
I mean,
for me.
In the game, probably like roughly 50, maybe a
Oh,
little
I thought you meant
higher.
in real life. Oh, sorry. You were not asking for my daily banana.
I play the game very slowly. I get one banana every 300 hours.
Did Squawk show up?
I mean, eating bananas would be a non-idle action, so
Yeah.
let's see. So, according to this radiation dose chart, eating one banana is 0.1 microsieverts, compared to a dental X-ray, which is 5 microsieverts. The background dose of radiation received by an average person over one normal day is 10, and like a deadly dose of radiation is like 2 sieverts. So you'd need to eat like a couple 100,000 bananas for it to be dangerous. And by then you would have many other issues
Right.
Yeah.
of consumption. So I think you're okay.
Yeah. At that point, it's like the same way that drinking too much water can kill you.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
On a different topic than bananas, what remnant of Stop and Swap can still be seen in DK64's code?
The cutscene that plays in this level by the Gorilla Gun GB, I guess.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. There's like
Don't know how better to describe that.
some.
Yes, but what is it? I
It
guess
warps
what
you
item?
to a different area. Where does it warp you? I'm trying to remember.
It had something to do with near the start of the level in that little cave that you break with Primate Punch, I think.
Yeah, that's the room that has like. I mean, you can't like trigger it anyway,
Right.
but
it's
has, like,
based
an
on a
unused
certain
cutscene.
item, though,
Oh, okay.
which I,
don't
think
know.
would
Ice
have
key.
tied it together.
That's
It
like
is
the
Ice
one
Key. Yep.
common. Oh, okay.
Yep. It is also in DK64. And yeah, it was. It would have been related to Banjo. There's some other like cut content that like featured Banjo, and yeah, it was theorized that Stop and Swap would have linked at least multiple Rare games, not just the Collectathon trilogy. It was apparently being developed for many other Rare games as well,
Neat.
which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I remember getting the Ice Key as a kid in Banjo Tooie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I got any of the like rainbow eggs in Banjo Kazooie though.
Yeah, Stop and Swap would have been very cool if it would have worked. I mean, like it could have, but it just would have been difficult.
Every time that you say Stop and Swap, it triggers the memory of me of in Paper Mario, the first ace was
Yeah.
achieved from Stop and Swap being a thing.
Yep.
Wow. Oh right.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was like there was Paper Mario into Zelda, or was it Zelda into Paper Mario?
Zelda would set it up, and then the ace would
Yeah.
happen in Paper Mario.
I love that. That's a thing. It's also like done. It's also possible in the NES as well.
Right.
You can like set up code in one game to execute in another game. Yeah, I think it's tennis or golf that you can set up arbitrary code in to execute in like Super Mario Bros. Or something.
I know that there was a little bit of like research into the possibility of arbitrary code execution in DK64. The like closest theory that we have involves trying to read from like the on-screen graphics and interpret that as instructions, but it like the setup is very convoluted and currently only is like possible in a subroom of Creepy Castle that has like very limited, I don't know, like limited stuff you can do there. But we'll see. Maybe one day someone thinks of a way to like set up the payload. But it has
Yeah, I
been
feel like
shown
with
that
all
you
the stuff
can
in this
execute a
game-
custom payload.
That's cool.
So maybe we're only like a year or two out from that. I don't know.
Watch this space. Maybe. Yeah, I don't really know how much, if any, like other Ace has done in Rare games. Might be able to like look at a similar path for that. If any.
I don't know of any in the like other trilogy games.
Yeah, I don't know of any other.
I mean, they found bit clips in Banjo Tooie, which is huge.
True.
It's a totally different thing, but I know that's like one of the only big things that I know was found that's like pinpoint precise. And
Yeah.
we never bothered to look for them in this game. They probably exist, but it's just like you have so many other ways of getting out of bounds. So why bother?
Yeah, right. I would definitely assume so with how the Rare games were made, but you don't really need to worry about it. What you do need to worry about What shape is the CD soundtrack of Diddy Kong Racing?
It's not a circle?
It is not a circle. It is circular, but it has a shape, and this caused many issues for obvious reasons.
Oh my god. Like TT, like his clock shape? Like the
It is a character.
like the stopwatch?
It is not TT. That would make a lot of sense.
But that's
That would
round.
be cool. Yeah. No, it's worse than that.
Any other character would.
I'm looking at it now. And
Diddy's
it just looks
face?
so bad.
I don't know.
It's Diddy's face. It is.
That's so
It is Diddy
weird.
Kong's face. Yep.
What?
It's a front view of his face, and it looks bad. It's not circular. It's got like cutouts on the side.
I mean, why
And,
not just print his face onto the shape of a CD? Like,
Yeah, that would make a lot
I
of
think
sense.
I had a Weird Al CD as a kid that did that, but
Yeah, apparently it caused issues in some CD players because it wasn't in the shape of a circle. There was also I think Yoshi's Story had a CD in the shape of Yoshi's head, kind of. So,
wow.
Wow.
yeah, I don't
What engineer greenlit that project?
know about that one, yeah. The back, yeah, it's just like a cutout CD, and it just looks bad. So, well, it looks cool until you try to play it.
Right. That game has great music too.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what else is cool? What was the first vegetable to be grown in space?
Jeez, why am I thinking potato? I don't even know if potato's a.
There you go.
Yeah, okay.
Congratulations.
Oh,
Yep, it is potato.
they can grow anywhere, I guess.
I think I needed that one. I think I was pretty far behind on the trivia.
A little bit. we still got more questions to go through. Yeah, it was in 1995, and I guess they grew a potato.
That they did.
Would you eat a space potato? I would.
Would.
All right, just give me some ketchup and guess I'll just do it.
Space Potato reminds me of Portal 2. Has those two things.
Yep, it's true. It is the space potato game. What else do we have?
Yeah. So I haven't had much game commentary lately. There's not a whole lot of interesting things after you get to like the boss in Crystal Caves. It's a pretty long boss fight. We have a lot of blueprint turn-ins, which is like all those little blueprints we've been collecting throughout the game give us one golden banana each. You have to talk to Snide to turn them in. And you want to turn them in relatively late on in the run because like it stacks, however many you have collected up to that point. You'll get a O banana for each one.
Yeah, so ideally you want to hand in as many as you can in one go, because when you first get to Snides, like right now, I'm watching this long cutscene before the bananas start showing up. So we try to get them all in one go, but there were some earlier ones that were needed to get into Creepy Castle because we need 80. But yeah, we're getting close to 100 that we need for the last level.
Yep. And just doing the last level boss here, Creepy Castle boss. It's another pretty long fight. Not a very difficult one. You just have to go into the correct cannon when the cutout pops up. But this is that boss fight with the tag barrel. It's like a fake tag barrel. Like you can't actually enter it like a normal one. But if you fire yourself out of the arena, or if you swim out of the arena, because you can do that too, it'll like script you to the next Kong in a preset order, and that's how you can free the other Kongs through the boss fight.
Yeah, so we actually used the fight to switch Kongs. So we want to finish the fight with Tiny, because that's the next golden banana that we're going for.
Yeah. Also, if you notice, like I didn't enter the fight as Lanky, but it automatically makes you start with Lanky because that's what they expect you would enter it with.
All right, this one's marked as easy. It better be easy. What color were the Donkey Kong Land Game Boy cartridges?
Were they yellow?
Were
That's
they
what
yellow?
this one is.
Well
Yep.
done.
Okay.
Donkey Kong and yellow.
The last time I checked, he's not yellow. I don't understand the.
True.
banana
There's
is
this thing.
yellow.
There's this thing called a banana that's yellow typically.
What?
Oh, I have the wall that lets you get a cycle skip.
Nice.
If I'm lucky, will not get hit by the ghost. Hopefully. Nice, I got it.
Nice.
It's like a 1 in 4 chance to have the opportunity to go for that time saver. So it's pretty rare.
Yeah, 1 in 4, because only one of those walls you can phase swim through. So that is one of the rare places where there's RNG that can affect the run
Yeah.
as well. So it's
Yeah,
seems
that
like
is just straight up
15, I
RNG.
think.
That does probably give me the opportunity to gold this split.
Yeah, probably. It definitely
Because
helps
I
a
haven't
lot.
done a lot of runs after we put the shed GB into the route,
Right.
which
Yeah.
of course made me like throw away my old gold.
Yeah, my gold does not have it either.
I don't know if we mentioned to the audience, but like our PBs are like 3 seconds apart. It's crazy.
That is true, yes.
So we have like really, really close gold splits on almost every level.
yeah, I have a
Competitive game.
20107, Cern has a 20104.
Right. Both achieved in like the same week.
That's right, that's right. Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah.
And before then, like, the record had stood for a long time before then. So it was pretty cool
Yeah,
to,
for like 3 years.
yeah. So in such a short
Almost.
amount of time, both of us to get that was very cool.
Yeah. Well, it's thanks to you getting into the game for sure.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
this is definitely a gold split. Yeah, because then only it's like it's kind of a category I forget about sometimes. What was that? That was a 10-13.
Whoa, that's insane. That's really good.
That was good. Yeah.
Yo, I also got
quick
it.
swim setup also helped with that. Oh, you got the lucky wall too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
1 in 16 collective odds.
Oh, I missed it though. I went early.
Oh no.
Oh man.
You never actually got it. That's fine. You had the wrong wall.
Oh.
All right. Let's see. I don't have any wall questions. Darn.
That's good because the
Instead-
game doesn't have any walls.
True.
Out of the 32 Mario Kart Wii tracks, which IL world records were not run with a Kong? Or sorry, how many
Okay.
world
Yeah.
records? Not which.
Oh, not which.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna start naming the tracks, but
I would not know. I just have a number here.
because I was gonna say Coconut Mall, although I have no idea if that's true or not. I just
If
know that
you're,
Coconut Mall has
Say
a
it.
crazy out of bounds strat.
Is it? It might be one of them, honestly.
That actually might be.
Yeah.
Funky's like the fastest
I'll-
Kong in that game, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Funky has most of the world records, but not all.
Yeah, I don't know, like 3.
More than 3.
What was the question? I just realized I have
Just
chunky,
guess a number
Chunky
between
Kong.
1 and 32.
Yeah. Out of the 32 Mario Kart Wii tracks, how many IL world records were not run with a Kong?
Oh, okay. And it's more than 3?
It's more than 3,
More than 3.
which
yeah.
I guess is not surprising because there's 32 of them. But it should be probably less than half.
Yeah, I thought definitely Funky Kong like dominates most of those. Is it 5?
Coconut Mall actually is one.
Right. Daisy?
Yeah, I
It is not
figured.
5. Yeah. Coconut Mall is Daisy.
Right.
It is five of the ones that are not Funky Kong are Daisy. But there are more.
Let's say 8.
It is less than 8.
7.
A classic.
Are we
thing.
circling it?
Yeah,
I'm not telling
gotta be
you.
close.
Yeah, it is 6.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Well done.
5 by Daisy, 1 by Yoshi.
Oh, Yoshi.
Those being Coconut Mall, Daisy Circuit was by Daisy.
Home field advantage.
Rainbow Road was by Donkey Kong.
yeah.
So not funky, but
Or no,
still a
wait.
Kong.
Yeah. And I should have mentioned these are with shortcuts. But yeah. GBA Shy Guy Beach was Daisy. DK's Jungle Parkway was Yoshi. Mario Circuit 3 is Daisy, and DK Mountain is Daisy. So the DK stages are not by a Kong,
Oh, that's
which
weird.
is funny.
I almost got lost in the out-of-bound navigation there, but we're good. So Hideout Helm, we pretty much just skip everything inside the level, and it doesn't have its own boss. The boss key is just sitting at the end, so we just do a series of out-of-bounds to get over there. And then, K. Rool is up next. But before K. Rool, we have that big trick we were alluding to earlier. It's the reason we have Shockwave. It's the reason we have saved some oranges, at least. And it's called Takeoff Skip. You want to explain it, Random Sauce?
Yeah, so once we've handed in all of the keys, there's the takeoff cutscene that takes a very long time. And basically, we can, using a bunch of things, using the oranges and the camera, we can skip this cutscene. First, we get out of bounds, and then we use the rainbow coin to overlap cutscenes as the takeoff skip cutscene is starting, and it lets us move around during the cutscene. And then you have to get out of bounds quickly enough to successfully get the trick. It is quite the skip.
Yeah. And you only really have one try at it.
That's
Well,
right.
at both parts. So the first part, I'm going to throw oranges, which lags the game. And I think we mentioned in the first 10 minutes that lagging the game moves your Kong further distances in the same amount of frames, I guess. Same amount of in-game frames. It's like a speed compensation. So if you move far enough, you can enter the other cutscene trigger. Okay.
That's part
good.
one.
That worked. That's part one. That's a pretty tough part, but so is the next part. You just have to jump at this torch and hopefully go through the wall. Ooh, that was one of the scary ones where you get caught on the wall for a second, but then clip through right at the last moment before falling down. So
Good
that
stuff.
worked.
Good stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, and that skips a pretty long cutscene. I guess it saves at least a minute, maybe a minute and a half.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a good bit over a minute. Be a minute and 15 or something. I forget the exact, but it's very
Yeah,
large
I
skip.
haven't looked into how much time it saves. Less time if you choose not to go for it and you just turn in the key immediately, because you lose some of the time from the setup. Also, if you go for it and miss it, so it might be going for it and missing it loses more than a minute and a half. But not going for it loses about a minute or something. And then we have a 12-minute long boss fight.
Love King K. Rool.
We're getting near the end here. I'm somehow on a 2:02 pace run, which is crazy to me. This ended up going really well.
Yeah, that's really solid. That creepy castle was insane.
Yeah, I also golded caves, even though I split it late because I've missed a couple of my splits by accident. Although I think it's still not as good as your caves gold. Actually, I know it's not as good.
Yeah, the 1319 is a tough one to beat.
No, I think I had about 1330 or something.
Right, that's still really solid.
Yeah.
Well, while we're in this auto-scroller of a boss fight, effectively, what school teacher was the first person to achieve 1 million points in Donkey Kong back in 2004? This is the arcade one, of course.
Right. Oh man, I really don't know. Did you follow any of the arcade history, Random Sauce?
No, I can't say I have.
Well, that might make it difficult.
This game does have the DK arcade in it, but we only play like 4 levels, and then that's all you need for the, for the Nintendo coin.
Can you reach the kill screen in DK64?
I don't know. I don't think anyone's tried.
Done
As
it.
far as I'm aware. We should get Cosmic to try that one.
Sure, yeah.
Because he's done a bit of DK Arcade in recent years, right? And then he used to be a any percent record holder of this game in like 2013 or something.
Yeah, so I guess it depends on like how they emulate the game, because the arcade games is because of a memory constraint which wouldn't exist on the 64. But like, I don't know. That is interesting.
Oh, good luck on the takeoff skip here.
Thank you. Okay, part 1.
First part.
I also got it with 1 crystal to
Yay!
spare.
Nice.
One crystal! Wow.
I was worried looking at that crystal count.
That's amazing.
Cool.
Yeah, so for this one, the first person to get 1 million points was Steve Weeb,
Okay.
who was also in the King of Kong, which was like the high score race. Like he had the road record and was trading it. So yeah, that one's kind of a, if you know it or not,
I feel
there's
like
no way I can get you
I've
to a
heard that
person's
name,
name.
but yeah. It reminds me of another Steve that held a record in DK64. I don't know if you'd have a trivia on it, but Steven Schwartz, or Schwartes, I'm not sure how to pronounce that name.
That goes like super, super far back, right?
He's one of the original 101% world record
Right.
holders.
Yeah, I do not have any related to the actual run of DK64. I should put more meta questions in though. Apparently there's I found a link to Guinness World Records. Fastest completion of Donkey Kong 64, 4 hours, 26 minutes from 2006.
Oh,
Well,
is that
you too can break a Guinness World Record.
is that Tom Votava's run?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's been around since before I began speedrunning.
2006, yep.
I think I may have seen that on a Games Done Quick website or something. or SDA. I mean, it wasn't called GameShow
Yeah.
Hotfix back then.
For sure. What else do we have here? One's a good one to get you thinking. What are the 5 best-selling Donkey Kong games of all time?
I would hope this is one of them.
No.
No.
Tragic.
Challenge is on there.
How about the country games? At least the first and second DKC.
Just the first one, actually.
Oh, second one is so beloved. Huh. All right, get in your random sauce. What are the other DK games?
Yeah, I'm just thinking Donkey Kong Country. That's what I played growing up. I didn't play the Donkey Kong Country 2, so
Yeah, I thought it might be both of those. Well, I mean, I feel like Tropical Freeze is the next obvious choice.
yeah.
Yep. Tropical Freeze is 4th.
Wait, is the first country game the highest?
It is 2nd.
Oh.
This does include re-releases and like remasters, so
As in, like, the remaster sales added to the original sales?
right, all combined.
Yeah. Well, okay, what about the arcade game itself? Does that make sense?
That is the first. That is the most sold. Mostly just because it's been re-released so many times.
Yeah, and the oldest.
2 more. One is a spin-off, and one is a mainline game.
What else do we got here?
I actually don't know that many different DK games.
I doubt the Bongo game sold that many copies.
Unfortunately, no. So the numbers we're looking at here are the original Donkey Kong is 15 million, DKC is 13 million, the third place one is 9 million, and 4th and 5th are around 6 million sold. Unfortunately, there are not that many bongos in the world.
I don't think Diddy Kong Racing was that much.
Yep. That is 5th.
Oh,
Oh, that was?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Diddy Kong Racing is 5th. That may include DS as well. I believe it does.
Oh, that would make sense.
So that helps it. And then last one, 3rd place, was on a popular console and has been re-released on a popular console.
And it's a mainline game, I guess, because the other one is a spin-off game, I would say.
Yes. Yeah, I would consider this to be a mainline game for DK.
You think you can get this one, Random Sauce?
no, I don't think so. I mean, I'm someone who, like, I played these video games when I was growing up, and then I kind of just stuck with them. You know?
I also haven't played, like, most of the games we've
Yeah, I
mentioned
was
here.
probably in the same boat.
This one was re-released within the past month.
What? Oh.
I'll be honest, I didn't know this one was happening.
Me neither.
It was released January
Just now.
16th.
Yeah.
It originally came out on the Wii.
Well, I didn't even think there were mainline games on the Wii. What even is a mainline game for DK? They're all different.
The country series, let's say.
Yeah, I guess that's the closest thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought there was only one Tropical Freeze, but I'm gonna say that there's a second Tropical Freeze.
I think you're technically correct, but I think that would have been combined with the other one.
Oh, okay.
Because I think that was also released
So
on
I think that
Switch.
I thought there may
Yeah.
have been a sequel to it.
Not yet. I think it's been released on the Wii U and Switch.
I see. And this one was just been re-released on the Switch or something.
This one is Wii and Switch, and very, very recently released on the Switch.
I actually have it in my head what it looks like. I was watching.
Describe it.
I was watching gameplay. Well, the way they're moving through the maps reminded me of New Super Mario Bros. Type thing. Is that
Okay. It is a 2D like game.
Yeah. I don't think I could tell you the name though.
Unfortunately, I don't think I could either.
I didn't see that much of it.
Right.
Was it a remake of Donkey Kong Country recently or no?
It was a remake of one of the Donkey Kong Country games.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, it has Donkey Kong Country in the title. It is not. It's not like a remake of like 2 or something. It is its own unique thing.
Okay.
And it was also on the 3DS. Don't know if that helps.
It's probably Donkey Kong Country and then another word.
Yep.
The new Super.
And I have no
The new Donkey Kong Country.
This is not the new Super Mario Bros. U nonsense of naming games.
No, it's not, unfortunately. Donkey Kong Country U probably would
Wait,
not
isn't it
sell
just
well.
Returns? Is it Returns?
Yeah, there
It
you
is
go.
Returns. There you go.
Congratulations.
Okay. I didn't think of that as a different game at first, but yeah, I guess
Yep.
it is.
Yeah, it was originally released in 2010 on the Wii. Then it was 2013 on the 3DS. Then it was 2019 in China on the Nvidia Shield. I remember like a lot of Wii games got ported to that, and then a couple weeks ago on the Switch.
All right, that is time for me.
GG.
GG's.
GG's.
Well, that was a really fun way to pass the time of an Emily run.
Yeah. I am midway through Tiny Face still.
So like 3 minutes, 4 minutes from being done?
Yeah,
I
something
guess.
like that.
Well, in that time, if y'all have any shout outs, this is the perfect time to do so.
Sure. I will start with the community channel for DK64. It's DK64 Speedruns on Twitch. You'll find that they host a lot of DK64 randomizer tournaments, but they will also soon be hosting the DK64 Challenge Series, the second edition, starting on March 1st, which I'm really looking forward to playing in. And I'm sure they host other things for this game. But the randomizer tournaments have been very popular the last couple of years. Probably the best randomizer that I know of. I would say it rivals the quality of Ocarina of Time randomizer. And a new version is like just on the cusp of being released as well, with a lot of new features. So DK64randomizer.com to play that, and DK64 Speedruns on Twitch to tune in. And give my boy Random Sauce a follow. He is the strongest up-and-coming runner of the last year in this game. He's kind of revitalized this category, made me start working harder at it just to keep up. And yeah, it's cool to see.
Yeah.
Follow both runners, honestly. Y'all did great. Thanks for playing along with our silly little trivia game here.
Thank you
I hope you learned
so much
something
for having
about
us.
fruits and vegetables, because I sure did.
I did.
Learn lots.
We can ask one more question really quick.
I've got you covered.
It's a quick one. Yeah, go for it.
Take a look at this. Well, this one's nice and simple. What is the difference between a red and green bell pepper?
Aside from the color, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Good call.
Honestly, something I've always wondered about because they seem so similar except for the color. I'm not sure
What could it
myself.
be?
One of them is the grass type head of Scovillain, and the other is the fire type.
Okay. I'm a Pokemon guy, so you know
Villain.
what? That's like about 1 minute for that. Yeah, sounds good.
Play into the crowd. It is a very simple difference.
that pertains to fruits and vegetables alike.
True.
Any hints as to what? Here, go ahead.
This is gonna sound dumb if it's wrong, but is it just like how long they're left to ripen in the sun?
Yeah.
Well.
Is it really?
Yes.
Yep.
Red bell peppers are riper than green bell peppers.
No way.
Yep. So yeah, it goes green, yellow, red.
So it's like
for
the same
ripeness.
plant, just harvested at a different time.
That's really interesting.
Exactly. And yep, I guess that's why the
That's why the red
different
ones are
colors cost
sweeter.
differently. Yeah, that too.
Okay. I never knew that, but it makes so much sense.
That was a good guess.
Yeah.
All right, I've got one punch more. One punch left in the run.
There's a message in chat saying one of them is stop and one of them is go, and I think that's also correct.
True.
All right, and time.
GG.
Yay.
GG's. I will get your trivia adjusted final times shortly. I think you've gotten your announcements out, or shout outs out of the way. We will have announcements afterwards.
Of course, always announcements.
So, with a final trivia adjusted time of 1:59:14.
We got the sub
It
2!
Finally
So
happened.
congrats on sub 2.
That's like the legendary time that like so hard to get. Who knew?
Only
It was just
possible
as
in
easy
Florida.
as getting trivia questions.
Just
need to
get
think
free
fast.
time taken off your run. Look, if your leaderboard mods will accept this as a valid run, then congrats on world record.
don't see
If
why they
not,
wouldn't.
then you should. And then with a 20509 is random sauce. So GG's to you both. That was a lot of fun.
GG's.
Again, follow the runners if you enjoy DK64. Follow DK64 speedruns as well. That'll be it for us tonight on Hotfix. We do have some announcements before we go.
That we do, Swoosh, that we do. Of course, we have. Let's take a look here. Oh, wow. Speedruns 2025 happening from February 27th to March 2nd. Whoa. If you have any experience in any of the runs and are interested in commentating for the English restream, use !speedruns in chat to learn more and apply before indeed, February 12th. And also, if you missed out on any of our shows or events, be sure to check out the VODs on the YouTube channel over at youtube.com/gamesdonequick. And also, of course, your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered on the GDQ channel help support Games Done Quick Hotfix. If you enjoy watching speedruns, consider subscribing to the channel to get access to all of our wonderful emotes and chat with our other subscribers during our replays. And also, don't forget, GDQ's next all-women and femme speedrunning event. That's right, Frost Fatales 2025, happening live from March 9th to March 16th, benefiting the National Women's Law Center. Visit gamesdonequick.com/framefatales for more information on the event, or use the FF command in chat to check out the schedule. And those have been your announcements for the night. Thank you all for watching, and have a great day/night.
Goodbye.